You've been driving your Mazda for months, maybe even years. You think you know every feature, every button, every setting. But I'm about to show you something that 99% of Mazda owners have absolutely no idea exists. A hidden function that's been sitting in your car this entire time, waiting to be discovered. And once you know about it, you'll wonder how you ever drove without it. This isn't some gimmick or useless party trick. This is a genuinely useful feature that makes driving safer, more convenient, and honestly, a lot more enjoyable. I discovered it completely by accident while working on a customer's Mazda, and when I showed them, their mind was blown. Wait, my car can do that. Why didn't anyone tell me? That's exactly what you're about to say. Today, I'm revealing the secret Mazda function that dealers don't tell you about, that's not advertised anywhere, and that most owners will never discover on their own. This works on most Mazdas from 2014 onwards, especially models with the newer infotainment systems. By the end of this video, you'll have unlocked a feature that makes your Mazda feel like a completely different car. Let's get into it. The secret function, Master Volume Memory Reset. Here's the secret function that almost nobody knows about. Your Mazda has a hidden master volume memory reset that allows you to set different default volume levels for different audio sources. Let me explain why this is a game changer. Have you ever experienced this? You're listening to the radio at a comfortable volume 15. Then you switch to Bluetooth to take a phone call, and suddenly your car is screaming at volume 30 because phone calls are always louder. Or you're listening to a podcast through Bluetooth at volume 20. Then you switch back to FM radio, and it's barely audible at the same volume. You're constantly adjusting the volume knob every single time you switch sources. It's annoying, it's distracting, and it's dangerous while driving. But here's what most Mazda owners don't know. You can actually set independent volume defaults for each audio source. Radio, Bluetooth, USB, AUX, navigation voice, phone calls, everything can have its own preset volume level. Once you set it up, your Mazda remembers each source's preferred volume and automatically adjusts when you switch between them. No more scrambling to turn down a blaring phone call. No more cranking up the radio because it's too quiet after a podcast. Your Mazda just handles it automatically, and almost nobody knows this exists. How to activate this hidden feature. Here's exactly how to set it up. This process varies slightly depending on your Mazda model and infotainment version, but the core steps are the same. Step 1. Access the settings menu. Turn on your Mazda and make sure the infotainment screen is on. Press the home button or navigate to the main menu. Look for settings or the gear icon. Select it. Step 2. Navigate to sound settings. Inside settings, look for sound settings or audio settings. This is usually under a section called sound or might be nested under system. Select it. Step 3. Find volume settings. Inside sound settings, scroll down until you find volume settings or volume adjustment. On some models, it might say source volume or independent volume. Select it. Step 4. Enable independent volume control. You should see an option that says something like volume offset or source volume adjustment or auto volume. There will be a toggle or checkbox to enable it. Turn it on. Step 5. Set your preferred volumes. Now comes the fun part. Switch to FM radio and adjust the volume to your preferred level. Let's say volume 18. The system will remember that FM radio should always default to 18. Now switch to Bluetooth audio and set it to your preferred level. Maybe volume 15, because Bluetooth is usually louder. The system remembers. Bluetooth equals 15. Now connect a phone call and set the phone call volume. Maybe volume 12 because phone calls are even louder. System remembers. Phone equals 12. Do this for every source. USB, AUX, navigation voice prompts, parking sensors, everything. Step 6. Test it. Now switch between sources. Go from FM to Bluetooth. Notice how the volume automatically adjusts to your preset levels. Answer a phone call. The volume drops to your comfortable phone level. Hang up and go back to music. Volume returns to your music level. It's seamless, it's automatic, and it's absolutely brilliant. Before we continue, if you want a complete guide to every hidden Mazda feature and the exact maintenance schedule to make your Mazda last 500,000 miles, I've put together a free blueprint. Click the link in the description to download your 500,000 mile car maintenance blueprint. It includes this feature and dozens more that most Mazda owners never discover. Alright, let's keep going. Why this feature is so useful. Let me paint you a picture of why this matters so much. Scenario 1. The morning commute. You start your car. Radio comes on at your perfect volume. Your phone connects. A text comes through. The notification sound is at the right level, not blasting your eardrums. GPS navigation chimes in with directions. The voice is clear but not overpowering, all without touching the volume knob once. Scenario 2. The phone call. You're listening to music at a nice volume 18. A call comes in. Without this feature, the call would blast at volume 18, which is way too loud for a voice. With this feature, the call automatically drops to volume 10, which is perfect for conversation. You hang up. Music automatically returns to volume 18. Seamless. Scenario 3. Podcast versus music. You're listening to a podcast through Bluetooth at volume 22 because the narrator speaks softly. The podcast ends. You switch to Spotify music. Without this feature, your music would start at volume 22, which is way too loud. With this feature, music starts at your preset volume 16, perfect every time. This feature eliminates one of the most annoying aspects of modern car infotainment systems, and almost nobody knows it exists. If you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice from my Mazda guys. Model-specific variations. Now, this feature exists on most modern Mazdas, but the exact location and name varies by model and year. 2014 to 2018, Mazda 3, Mazda 6, CX-5. Look for volume offset in sound settings. It allows you to adjust the relative volume difference between sources. 2019 to 2023, Mazda 3, CX-30, CX-5, CX-50. Look for source volume or independent volume control in the audio settings menu. 2016 to 2023, MX-5, Miata. The setting is under sound, then volume adjustment. It's a bit more hidden, but it's there. 2023 plus Mazda CX-90, CX-70. Newer models have this built into the main volume settings. Look for auto volume adjustment or volume by source. If you can't find it in your specific model, check your owner's manual under audio settings or sound settings. It might have a different name, but the function is there. Bonus, hidden feature, speed-dependent volume. While you're in the sound settings menu, look for another hidden gem, speed-dependent volume or auto volume control. This feature automatically increases your audio volume as you drive faster to compensate for increased road noise. When you're driving slowly, the volume stays at your set level. As you accelerate onto the highway, the volume gradually increases so you can still hear your music over wind and tire noise. When you slow down, the volume decreases automatically. It's subtle, but it works incredibly well. Here's how to set it up. In sound settings, find speed-dependent volume or auto volume. You'll usually have options like off, low, medium, or high. Start with low and see how you like it. If you want more automatic adjustment, bump it to medium. I personally use low. It's just enough to compensate for highway noise without being too aggressive. Combined with the independent source volume settings, your Mazda's audio system becomes incredibly smart. It adjusts for speed, it adjusts for source, and you never have to touch the volume knob. It's the kind of feature luxury cars brag about, but your Mazda has had it all along. You just didn't know where to find it. Why dealers don't tell you about this? You might be wondering, if this feature is so useful, why don't dealers demonstrate it when you buy the car? 3 reasons. Time pressure. Dealers want to get you in and out as fast as possible. They show you the basics, Bluetooth pairing, how to adjust the seat, maybe Apple CarPlay, and that's it. They don't have time to dive into every sub-menu and hidden feature. They don't know themselves. Most salespeople aren't Mazda experts. They sell multiple brands. They work with dozens of different infotainment systems, and they simply don't know about every hidden feature. I've met salespeople who've worked at Mazda dealerships for years and had no idea this function existed. It's not a selling point. Mazda doesn't advertise this feature. It's not in the brochures. It's not mentioned in commercials. So dealerships don't use it to sell cars. They focus on horsepower, fuel economy, safety ratings, things that show up on spec sheets. Hidden menu features? Those get ignored. But for owners who actually live with these cars every day, features like this make a huge difference. Other hidden settings. You should check while you're in the settings menu exploring. Here are a few other hidden options worth checking out. Touchscreen disable. While driving some Mazdas, disable the touchscreen when the car is moving for safety reasons. But in certain markets and models, you can disable this restriction in the setting. Look for touchscreen or commander control settings. Display brightness. Auto adjust. Your Mazda can automatically adjust screen brightness based on ambient light. Look for display settings and enable auto brightness or ambient light sensor. Parking sensor volume. You can adjust how loud the parking sensor beeps are or even change the beep tone. Found under safety settings or parking assistance. Door lock setting. You can customize when your doors lock and unlock. Lock when you shift out of park. Lock at a certain speed. Unlock all doors or just the driver's door. All customizable under vehicle settings or door lock settings. Headlight delay. You can set how long your headlights stay on after you turn off the car. Great for lighting your path to your front door at night. Found under lighting setting. Most Mazda owners never explore these menus, but taking 20 minutes to dig through your settings can unlock a dozen features that make daily driving so much better. How this feature compares to other brands. I work on a lot of different cars, not just Mazdas. And honestly, Mazda's implementation of independent source volume is one of the best I've seen. Toyota and Honda have similar features, but they're often more limited. You might be able to adjust phone volume separately, but not individual audio sources. Luxury brands like BMW and Mercedes have had this for years, but it's buried in complicated menus and often requires dealer access to fully customize. Mazda's system is simple, user-friendly, and actually works well. Once you set it up, it just works. No glitches, no forgetting your settings, no weird behavior. It's one of those things Mazda does really well that doesn't get enough credit. Troubleshooting. What if you can't find it? If you've gone through your settings menu and can't find this feature, here are a few things to check. Make sure your software is up to date. Older software versions might not have this feature enabled. Check with your Mazda dealer to see if there are any infotainment updates available. Check if it's called something different. Different model years use different terminology. Look for anything with volume, source audio, or offset in the name. Confirm your model year. Some older Mazdas, pre-2014, don't have this feature because they use an older infotainment system. If you have a 2012 Mazda 3, for example, this feature likely isn't available. Try a master reset. Sometimes the settings menu gets buggy. Try resetting your infotainment system to factory defaults, then check again. You'll lose your saved settings, but it might reveal hidden options. Ask your dealer. If all else fails, ask your Mazda service department. They should be able to tell you if your specific model has this feature and where to find it. The bottom line. This one hidden feature, independent source volume control, makes your Mazda's audio system work the way it should have from the factory. No more constant volume adjustments. No more blaring phone calls or whisper quiet radio. Just seamless automatic audio that adapts to whatever you're listening to. And 99% of Mazda owners will never discover it because they don't know where to look. Now you do. Take 10 minutes this weekend to set it up. Adjust the volume for each source to your preference. Enable speed-dependent volume while you're at it. And enjoy a significantly better audio experience every single time you drive. This is the kind of hidden gem that makes you appreciate your Mazda even more. It's not flashy, it's not advertised, but it works brilliantly. And now that you know about it, you're part of the 1% of Mazda drivers who are actually using their car's full potential. Don't forget to grab your free 500,000-mile car maintenance blueprint from the link in the description. It includes a complete guide to hidden Mazda features like this one, plus the exact maintenance schedule to keep your Mazda running perfectly for decades. It's completely free, and it's packed with information most owners never learn. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.